Ladies and gentlemen, will you help me welcome the No Talent Ass Clowns?
They are famous now. But how did it all begin? In this New Jersey small town, a legendary band was born.
You know, a lot of people have asked me about what was it like when you were growing up? You know, did you know you were going to be a rock star when you were a kid in King's Nose? Well, you know, I guess it'd be egotistical to say, yes, I did know, but guess what? I did know. I knew I was going to be a rock star because I was basically cooler than anybody else in town, you know, even as a 6-year-old. And that's hard to do.
Kind of developed a friendship through that like childhood fighting, and from there it just evolved to more of a hate friendship, but we channeled that hate into our music.
Raised on the streets of King's Nose, two musicians wanted to play their extremely unpopular music. They weren't going to be deterred. This is their story. At first, the band was forced to play free in a condemned building. Their audience would be homeless people who would frequently violate them sexually behind the stage.
There's always a possibility that I could go postal.
You know, the reason I got into music is, well, I don't remember, but there had to have been a reason.
Eventually, they began to play in small clubs. Usually, they still worked for nothing and had to have sex with club owners in order to play.
The thing you gotta remember is you gotta keep it real. I mean, even when you're not keeping it real, you gotta seem like you're keeping it real. Because if people think you're keeping it real when you're not keeping it real, man, if you can do that, you are at the top of your game, bitch.
Finally, they began to perform larger venues. At most of these concerts, groupies would frequently climb on stage with no clothes on. Audiences often disapproved of this behavior and would tear the women apart. Usually, the band would play louder to cover the women's screams.
I can't really make much sense of everything that I've tried, and I tried it, and it just didn't roll out like the unveiling was supposed to be.
As their fame increased, the Ass Clowns soon had a deal with a record company. Their first single was an infamous song they wrote about having to vomit repeatedly. Unfortunately, it failed in the charts.
And of course, on Behind the Times was our first power ballad, man. The first album that got played, you know, on a lot of different markets. I Finished, Now Get Out. I mean, that was a great song. I mean, and that was like the first song that chicks really got into because they really liked the sentiment of the song, and it was really, you know, it was really touching in a way.
I just knew I wasn't gay when I saw you at the bar. Knew I had to seize the day and do you in the car.
Some fans said it was the perfect anthem for their generation.
You know, sometimes I sit down and I try to think about why I'm in this band. And, you know, I don't like the fans. I really don't like anybody in the band very much. I don't like performing. I don't like signing autographs. I don't like recording albums. I don't like doing promotion. Other than that, it's okay. But that stuff, no, not so much.
So we're proud that we don't have any shame. So we're really filled up for being so empty.
A quickly produced rock documentary showed audiences that the band was working in perfect unison.
Now, are you like clueless or something? Seriously, this happens every time we're trying to record, and you're like, you can't remember the takes or anything? What is wrong with you, man? There's no way. Oh, fuck. You know, that's expensive German booze, man. You know how long it's gonna take me to find more of that shit? In my case, I had a case of that and it's already empty, man.
The band continued touring the world, enjoying sex, drugs and rock and roll. Their performances grew worse as sexually transmitted diseases took a heavy toll. Stories of their large penile warts scared the younger groupies away. When the ass clowns weren't on stage, they filled their time by reading books and jacking off.
If I didn't trust my own instincts, I'd have to trust somebody else's. And I don't trust my instincts as much as they trust mine. See what I'm saying there? See where I'm headed? See, I'm a deep thinker, man. I just wanted to announce, before we got to another song, that we have planted an explosive in section HH, seat 42. Look at him run.
Yeah.
I'm just effing with you guys, man. The bomb's in section K. Yeah. Seriously. Whatever.
What lies ahead for this controversial band? Will they push the boundaries with their ass-related lyrics? What new social diseases will they contract? Will anyone care? Only time will tell.
We're the greatest band in the entire world. We don't need anybody to tell us that because we know it already.